Greetings, Koopalings, and welcome back to the Nintendo Shack. Hello, my name is Donnie, and I am but one of your hosts on PSVG's weekly Nintendo podcast. The day is June 26th, and tonight we record episode 87 with the returning, ever-present, ever-awesome, your favorite hostess with the mostest, Miss Caroline. How was your vacation?
It was a vacation.
It was a vacation.
I am extremely stressed this week because I'm playing catch-up.
Nobody whines as much on vacation as you do.
I know.
That's just a bit...
I discovered, I hadn't been to the beach in almost 10 years, and I'm not a beach person. I'm just not. I don't like sand. I prefer cabin, maybe, just getting away. I don't want to be around anybody in Myrtle Beach. It was so crowded.
Myrtle Beach is too crowded. I agree with you there. And we usually rotate. Go to beach one year, go to cabin another year. I have a friend that rents cabins. Got a lovely cabin if you and Brian ever need it. All right, I want to thank our Patreon producers because last week I did a terrible job. Last week on the show, I just used like an old Google Doc that I had, and we were live on the air, and I was like, I never updated the Patreon notes over here. So thank you, Coach Hulk, which we miss Coach Mo. And you have him back and get OT back online. Calo, Barry Cathcart, Josh Borboni, Bonesaw, Chris McElfresh, Devin Tyus, Kyle,
Such a good name.
Benji, and Paul Calico. Thank you guys for producing PSVG shows. Everything. Patreon.com/PSVG. You got to get on it. We're about to give away NBA Playgrounds 2K. Throwing into the drawing this month. So you get that, or you get a $20 gift card, or you get Apex money, or maybe a PSVG polo shirt. I think we're going to add that in next month, but we'll announce the winner this weekend, and we'll put that in there. Plus, you get DLC, you get Arcadia, you get Kevin Hates Everything.
Kevin Hates Everything.
DLC's coming this week. Kevin's dropping that. I don't know, sometime. I can't tell you all what I know, but it's happening. It's happening sometime soon. So yeah, if you're not throwing us a buck over there, I don't know what you're doing. It's $1. It's literally $1. Like, instead of going to Starbucks every day, just go to Dunkin' Donuts one day. And that's it. Just one day, switch to Dunkin'. One day.
That sucks.
Switch to Quick Trip one day.
Quick Trip's super cheap.
I hate Quick Trip coffee.
49
it's the
cent
worst.
ice
But it's
cream
awful.
cones.
Well, that's good, but the coffee's not. The coffee's bad.
I've been craving soft serve ever since we had it at the beach. It's so good. I don't have a haiku this week, but our lovely friend Heavy Metal Riff Lucas came up with something like spur of the moment today. And he told me I have to rap it, which I don't rap very well. But I'll just say it.
You could do it to like the beat of the Pokemon rap. Gonna catch him on. Blaster. No?
No.
All right.
It's not. Shaq is back with a brand new attack. Talk about all that Nintendo crap. Zelda, Mario, and Animal Crossing. The Shaq's hot takes are extra saucy. That's a slant rhyme, by the way. Somebody in Discord said that it didn't rhyme, and I agreed. But Lucas is right, it's a slant rhyme. Donnie trading in a game or two because he can't hold on to him. Just really makes me angry. Wheeling and dealing is what he do. Caro loving games with all them cats. Collecting every game, console, or tat. I don't have any tattoos, and I'll never get a tattoo, so you're wrong there, babe. Listen every week to these Nintendo lovers. These hosts are tighter than the Mario Brothers with 2 V's.
I like that. That's good. It's good-ish. Good job.
Good job,
Lucas. Caroline, since you're back, we can finally talk about a current game that people care about. How are you enjoying Cadence of Hyrule?
I almost beat it today, and the only reason that I didn't beat it is because I realized that there's a 4th character that you can unlock, and you have to have all the Deku, like 20 Deku nuts to turn in, and I only had 14. So I spent an hour looking for these Deku scrubs all throughout the entire game world, and I didn't find any more. So I'm going to have to cheat and look it up. But I'm trying to just 100% it on my first run. It was very difficult to pick up at first. I died like maybe 30 times the first night that I played it, right after the day after we recorded Shack. So I was a little daunted, but Brian was watching me play it. He's like, "You're picking it up more than you realize." And by the next day, it was just kind of, second nature. I bought the second game, or the original second game. first game. I bought the first game, and I'm going to play that after. I also bought the Phoenix Wright trilogy because it was on sale. What else did I buy?
What's your question? Is Cadence like procedurally generated? So like if you die, does everything mix up and distort, or does it stay the same?
The dungeons mix up.
Okay, so that's why I'm not going to play it.
But Benji told me our maps are completely different. The overworld maps are completely random between...
That's the part I didn't like about Crypto Necrodancer. It wasn't the beat or anything. I like that part. Rhythm games are fun. It's we're going to constantly change everything, so you have to rediscover it all the time. I always feel like I'm lost. I'm like, I don't know where to go because nothing ever feels the same. So I'm not going to get it.
I really enjoy it.
Music's great.
It's not worth... the soundtrack is worth the money.
Do you get a soundtrack for the game?
No.
Oh, well then, okay.
I want the soundtrack, though.
I'm sure they'll release it. Or somebody's ripped it on YouTube already, I bet.
Maybe. Mm-hmm. I restarted Portia because I knew that my save file was completely corrupted. I started playing it a little bit at the beach again, but it's just one of those things where it's going to take me a while just to get back into it.
It's hard to get into because you've already done it.
Yep. Steam sale started yesterday, and I know those aren't Nintendo games, but I downloaded Monster Hunter World.
Ooh.
To give a try. I can't stream it because streaming plus watching my stream plus that really graphically intensive game.
Oh. Brings your old Alienware down to its knees.
I don't have Alienware. I don't have an Alienware.
Whatever that thing is.
It's an Asus, but yeah, it's just very laggy, and it's like
you have like a very 90s gaming PC.
No, I don't.
No, I'm saying like its look. It's all like it's extreme. It's got like the vents and everything. It's all edgy.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
It doesn't have any vents.
It's funny looking.
It has two speakers on the side that are like this. Okay, well, whatever.
Back to Cadence though. You just like kind of skipped over it. You glossed over it. I believe Polygon said that this was the greatest Zelda side quest spin-off game ever made.
For sure. I would agree.
For sure?
For sure.
Really?
Yeah.
All the 3DS games, everything, all time. Hyrule Warriors?
Maybe not.
Wow. Okay. That's good. That's high praise.
I really enjoyed the
That's high praise.
I'm just trying to think. The
Switch game of the year so far.
No. But
what's better?
Pixel art is wonderful.
Is it better than Yoshi? # better than Speed.
I mean, Fire Emblem and Link's Awakening are going to be this game.
Yeah, but those aren't out yet. I said to date. Is it better than Yoshi?
Probably.
Wow, that is high praise. That's a Shaq stamp of approval right there. Mm-hmm. Can't wait to get Jason's final thoughts on it.
Super short though.
And how much was it?
$24, $25, or $24 or $29.99.
Do you think that's okay for how much game there is? Nah. Because it constantly mixes up. Is there like good replay value? Can you like play it again? Because it's going to be like a different game.
You could play it over again. I mean, I'm just trying to 100% it on one way through. Not Benji 100% it in a day. I mean, he's Benji.
Benji's a beast.
Yeah. It is what it is. Okay. I mean, some people are going to say that it's not worth the money. I've gotten my gameplay out of it just because there was a learning curve for me.
I think most people really, really enjoy it. Most people that are open to it and, they really, really like it. The whole procedural stuff, that's what threw me off of it. And I was never going to get it. I don't like games like that.
The music tie-ins to the monsters is so good that you have 4 instruments that you have to go collect. And they're mixed with original monsters from the game. So instead of a Gleeok, which is the dragon, you have a Glockenspiel. For a Goma, it's Gomaraka. So there are all of these really wonderful puns, I guess, sort of. It's just tie-ins. I really like. It took me a minute. I was like, why is it called Gomaraka? Like, what does a maraca have to do with anything? And then as I got playing through, I was like, oh, they're mixing the names together. It's great. So the only other thing on my radar is tomorrow. Seth mentioned this to me today, and it just blew my mind. It was a completely silent stealth thing that just came up out of nowhere.
I actually think I saw like Nintendo Everything, and people report on that over the weekend.
Well, Graveyard Keeper is finally coming to
Switch. I think you're just the only person in the Discord that's like, yes!
It's like
well, you and Seth, apparently.
Stardew Valley, but harder, gorgeous pixel art and it's just like a super crafty game, then I'm all for it. I can't wait.
Came out on Game Pass. I tried it. Kevin tried it. I was never going to play it. But yeah, I mean, come on. You know, like we knew that when it was announced, but I mean, I downloaded it and like looked at it. I was like, oh, this is a game. That's cool.
Graveyard Keeper is a little dark for me, but it's definitely my kind of game. So cool. I will pick that up tomorrow when it goes live.
Tomorrow. Anything else?
That's it.
Okay, well, I have been playing My Friend Pedro.
With a banana.
Of course. The next day it came out. Jason and I were messaging in Discord. It's out now. You can play it right away. Started playing at work. Started playing my lunch break. Stopped playing it over the weekend, though. So I'm not nearly as far through, like, to do, like, the first area, and then you go to, like, the Assassin's Hangout, and then you got to go talk to the boss. I'm through that area. So I'm only into, like, the third area, so I'm not very far in the game at all.
Did Jason beat it?
I have no idea. Actually, I haven't heard him talk about it since that day. But
beat Cadence.
Yeah, I knew that. So, I mean, it is what it looked to be. It is what it expected to be. It's like this physics-based shooter game. If it had Deadpool as a character, I think everybody would lose their minds because it feels like that when you're playing it. It's super fun.
Yeah.
It's I would call it hard, but that would be the wrong term. So you get graded on every level, on every run. And you have like S rank, A rank, B rank, C rank. I've gotten a lot of C's, a couple B's. I've gotten an A and an S. So it's pretty tough if you want to S rank everything. It's pretty tough. I am not that I don't really care about though. Really, to be honest with you, I never really have. We're playing Graceful Explosion Machine and stuff. That's not really my thing because I'm more excited about like trying to pull off awesome looking gifts. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm like trying to record videos and like stealth kills and stuff. So I want to bust through the window and then, you know, do a 360 twirl while I flip and shoot two dudes as I'm spinning around over and over again in slow motion. That's kind of what I'm trying to do. And then, you know, trying to kick frying pans or basketballs into people's faces. But it's really, really fun. I mean, it's a great little shooter. Jack loves it. Melissa was not super happy to see Jack playing it. She was like, what is this?
Because it's a boy game.
Constant murder at all times. Yeah. It is a murder game. But I'm really enjoying it.
The Wild, you're literally massacring
monsters. That's most
monsters.
games. That's what I try to tell. It's the realism because it's a person shooting a gun.
That game doesn't look realistic at all. It's so block.
It's super fun.
Stylized cartoon.
Because it is ballet. I mean, there's very much like this dance rhythm to it when you get going. It's not. I mean, I have not beaten it obviously, so I don't want to try to come off and review it. What I've played so far, I can't say that I'm like over the moon enamored with it. Like it does what I expect it to do, and I haven't really seen it do anything else yet. Yeah. Like I'm not like invested into the story or anything like that. Like nothing. There's no like funny quips or quirks that are really like exciting me. So I don't want to say that I'm down on it. I'm definitely going to keep playing it. I'm definitely going to beat the game. I'm having a lot of fun. So again, this isn't a review. I just want to say, if we're kind of speaking in this indie space, especially the Devolver space, I definitely think Ape Out's a better game. Okay. So, I mean, if you were like looking between the two or something, I think Ape Out is a better game than My Friend Pedro so far. The controls are a little wonky. Not like as in a bad way.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, not as in like
it's like impossible to play portably.
I think that was there's definitely mine and Jason's first thoughts. 30 minutes into the game, I was like, oof, I need a pro controller. Because it's not that the controls are bad. It's not like a latency issue. That's not what I'm trying to say. It's just very involved. There's a lot of controls, right? You shoot the trigger, but then you can like highlight with the trigger, but to shoot the other person, you got to highlight and then move the stick and then hold a bumper and jump, but hit the other bumper to spin. There's just a lot going on, and you got to press the up button to change, weapons and things like that. You run out of ammo. You got to hit the Y button to reload. There are times where you kind of have to hold 2 or 3, 4 buttons at a time. So it's just a little, there's just a little bit to it. And it just didn't. When I first started playing it, I was like, "This is not going to be great with Joy-Cons," and it was infinitely better with a Pro Controller. The moment I brought it home and put it on the screen and grabbed my Pro Controller, I was like, "Okay, this is better now. It feels better because it just feels kind of cramped." But again, I haven't played a whole lot of it. I'm just into the third area because I started playing Perception. Have you ever heard of Perception?
I've heard of it, but yeah, it's not a me game.
We reviewed Perception, actually, upon release. Josh Borboni, the Bonesaw, reviewed this on Xbox One years ago.
Yeah, I was about to say it's been out for a while. I didn't realize it got ported.
And it got ported to Switch, and he's always told me to play it. And I'm going to go ahead and highlight something, not to throw them under the bus, but one of the reasons why I've never played it, I think Nintendo Life gave this game like a 40. Like, it did not review well. And I was like, oh, I just don't want to play something, that's bad. But it's been on sale a few times, super cheap. And it was on sale, and I picked it up for like $2.99. Like, it was just super cheap. And I was like, okay, I'll play it. That's another reason why I didn't play a whole lot of My Friend Pedro over the weekend, because I started playing this game before My Friend Pedro came out. And I was like, all right, I'm going to beat Perception, and then I'll get to Pedro. Right. So I started playing Perception Saturday. I beat it Saturday. It's a pretty short game. It took me 5 or 6 hours to beat. The whole $2.99. It's a exploration narrative game. Mm-hmm. The whole idea behind it is you're blind, right? You're playing the role as a blind girl.
I'm aware of
So she has a walking stick, and you can tap stuff, and your tap stuff makes this sonar echolocation becomes your vision. Right. So the whole idea behind this game is, if you ever played Gone Home and you thought Gone Home was supposed to be a scary game, that's kind of what this game is. So you're fiddling around, smacking around this house, things pop up and go, like you're being haunted by this specter, but it actually kind of has a very touching story by the end. And the whole end is, it's got this whole Salem witch thing. I don't want to spoil too much for anybody, but it kind of flips itself at the end. And then you find out it's based on a true story and why all this happened. There's some stuff there, and you're like, oh. And again, the title of the game becomes clear. Perception is how you perceive what's happening, and putting you in the role of how you're being perceived. But it was actually quite good. I'm not going to lie to you. It was way better than 40. That was my first thought. I was like, wow, they crushed this game. And I think its Metacritic is like a 50 or 60. I think if you're into any type of spooky game, for a couple bucks, it's totally worth it. It is quite fun. And it's not, the puzzles and things are not too terribly difficult. It's kind of pretty Gone Home. Good. It's pretty linear, straight through, kind of like Edith Finch, stuff like that.
Right.
So I beat that, started playing My Friend Pedro, and then I finally booted up Crash Team Racing.
Yeah.
Over there on that beautiful Xbox One, and it is gorgeous.
I'm sure it is.
I played it all day long, and I showed it to Jack, and he played it all day long. And then it warmed my heart when Kevin came into the Discord, and he's like, so I played this game. And he's like, it's a lot like Diddy Kong Racing. And I was like, yes, and it warmed my heart. I was like, this Crash Team Racing is amazing. It's one of my favorite games. Remember when this game was announced, how excited I was, and I kept telling everybody? I thought it was cool to like Crash Team Racing. I didn't realize until it was announced that apparently it's not. So it's a very trollish game.
Better to like that than Sonic Team Racing, though.
That's true. Well, Sonic Racing was not too bad on Wii U. That All Stars game was pretty good. Anyway,
I didn't mind the Wii U.
Let's not. I don't want to divert from the point. What I think it is I think Crash Team Racing is like a trolling game. It's like a fanboy war game. It's like a flag to be planted. Because there are people who are like, my favorite Mario Kart game of all time, Crash Team Racing. Suck it, Nintendo. And then you have Nintendo fans that are like, how dare anybody else try to make a mascot kart game? I'll never play it. Crash Team Racing.
Apparently there's a thing called Garfield Kart, and I learned about that from the Steam sale.
Really?
Garfield Kart.
Did you play that?
It's $1.99. No.
I mean... I definitely
my sense on that.
After I posted it in our Discord about it, I definitely realized that I just really like kart racers. I like Little Big Planet karting. I like mod racing. So I'm just into kart racers. But I mean, Crash Team Racing was always a really good game, and it is kind of like Diddy Kong Racing, and it has an open world and a story and boss races and all these other things. I love the challenges. I started showing them to Jack. You got to go and you got to collect all the letters, and then they've got these time trials where you have to hit boxes to freeze the stuff, and it gets hard. It gets difficult. It's hard, and they've got these gem collecting courses that are difficult. And he got hooked. We played Crash Team Racing for 10 hours on Sunday. No joke.
Oh my god!
All day. We sat there and played it, just passing controller back and forth, back and forth. So I'm saying all of these amazing things about a game that I love, but apparently it's not so great on Switch.
It's not.
540p in portable was what was being reported. 720p docked.
It was being reported at 420p.
Oh, that's right.
420. That's less than 480.
Now we looked at it on YouTube, or at least I looked up some footage of it. It didn't look too bad. It didn't look bad, but at the same time, it is locked 30 4K on Xbox. And I mean, this kind of gets back to what was the other? Bloodstained is having a lot of issues. It's crashing. It looks super toned down. It's missing effects. It's missing assets. This is kind of comes back to the grind that I've been grinding for a while now. Even these smaller games ports of games, remasters they're not on par, and portability, right? Yeah. I keep trying to remind myself, think about it in the 3DS. The 3DS got a lot of games that weren't on par, like Resident Evil Mercenaries and things like that, but they got them. And we're kind of in a similar situation. It's playable, well, except for Bloodstain, apparently, which is not playable yet.
Yeah, but that's just me and my aversion to a lot of Kickstarter stuff.
But yeah, I'm
wary.
Crash Team Racing. It's got a ton of game in it. It's got all these unlockables, all these carts, characters, designs, everything, and I'm going to be playing it for a while. I hope that more people get it. Maybe instead of having a drunk cart night, maybe we have a drunk CTR night. That'd be awesome. I would love that.
Sure. So. I'd be playing on my computer.
Yeah.
Probably.
That'd be fun. That'd be great.
720p docked, though, it's not a problem.
I've seen footage of it, like running and playing. I've watched it docked and portably.
Yeah.
It really doesn't look that bad to me. Like, this might, and Jared brought up, it's a smaller screen, so the resolution's not that big of a deal. But, I mean, it's just a little fuzzy, Like, if you had the means to buy it somewhere else, I would. If you don't have the means to buy it, you shouldn't not buy it because of this minor issue, because it's a great game.
It's $40, isn't it?
30. Ooh, it might be 40. You got to remember, I'm off on Best Buy, and I pre-ordered it ages ago. I don't even remember.
I'm not doing 40 for a 720p max game.
And that not to throw D-Life under the bus again. This has become the weekly Daniel podcast. But that is something that he and I both do agree on. I'm all for, right? Like, if you get a lesser version, it's portable and everything, but like maybe play with the price a little. Maybe get like a portable discount, something.
Yeah.
Like, it's a lot of times, at least CTR is the same price. A lot of times we pay more for less.
$10 more.
That's more of the issue probably. If it was $20, I probably would have bought it on Switch.
Yep.
Because it wouldn't have mattered as much. Okay. Anyway, Caroline, welcome back.
Thank you.
Let's hop into the news block.
Yeah.
So while you were on vacation, Switch Mini stuff started to pop up everywhere.
I know. Everywhere.
So everywhere is putting. So again, a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, China started putting up, this manufacturer that sells stuff, started putting up listings for cases and screen protectors and all kinds of stuff. And these visuals, there's pictures, probably just a placeholder like mock-up thing. Yeah. But then on top of that, Amazon in Germany now started listing screen stuff and all this. Game in Spain started listing cases, screen protectors.
I saw those.
This is ultimately like the Switch Mini cometh. Like, normally these are signs that we see. This isn't like speculation and forum fodder. When you start seeing actual retailers start listing accessories and things, like things are about to. This announcement is incoming. Kyle wants to know, with the Nintendo Switch Mini being shown, or on the way to be shown, what advantages do you think it will have over the actual Switch itself?
It's going to be a lot less to tote around. That's one. I'm hoping that it's actually, a Switch Mini, I'm hoping that it's got obviously the same dimensions, but a little bit scaled down. I kind of miss being able to just slip my 3DS in my purse and take it. It's not, I have to carry a carrying case with my Switch right now. Mm-hmm. So if I were to get a Switch Mini, which eventually down the line I might, but I'm probably going to opt for the Pro first. I would want it to be a little bit less clunky, where I don't have to carry my carrying case everywhere, and that I can just take it with me in my hand. Something easy like that. Over the normal Switch, well, we know that the gameplay graphics are not going to be...
It's going to be the same.
Yeah, if not worse.
My only advantage is it should be cheaper. I don't think it can
get worse.
I mean, my only advantage is it should be cheaper. If they're going to make a Switch Mini, it should be $199. And hopefully they sell accessories or docks or something. It's
not that this thing isn't light enough already, but, it's probably...
It should have like less of
3 or 4 pounds.
Less of a screen bezel. It should extend to the device. I'm expecting the Switch Mini to ultimately be like some sort of Vita-like device, which I think a lot of people would like.
A little bigger.
But ultimately, I've said this a few times. I do miss being able to like slide my 3DS in my pocket I don't think a Switch Mini is going to, save that from happening.
Well, I don't think so either. It's much longer, obviously, but at the same time, it's just, something an in between what we have now and like my phone would be ideal.
I think ultimately it's just too high quality of a device to ever like go back to that. Like you're always going to be worried about scratching the screen or messing up your buttons or anything like that. It's just, it's more of a tablet and less like a phone.
Right.
So I don't expect that to be the case. So I'm just thinking it'll be cheaper to get more people buying it. You get people double downing. Maybe they can come up with themed minis. I think that's a market that they've yet to.
They will be extremely collectible, just like the 2DS were. So
if this is as rumored to be launching this fall, I would expect it to come with a Pokemon something. That's typically what they do. So that's what I'm expecting. As has remained the same since the beginning of this rumor till now, I have no intention of buying one at all. Like they've yet to actually make me think that my Switch is, not good enough.
These are for kiddos to begin with, and then they'll start once I have a Pro, and if these things start coming down in price more, then I might do the collector's route.
And not that I think this is going to happen, but I have thought about it. I definitely know it. I mean, we know it's not going to be dual screen or, like anything. But I wonder if it would have some sort of shell or clip-like cover that you could snap it in, put it in your pocket or something like that. Something interesting, something unique like that would be
optional. Yeah. Good thought.
Yep. So, Caroline, according to Japanese download cards, Fire Emblem Three Houses will account for 11.9 gigabytes of storage on your Switch.
This is why I do physical. Just saying.
There's some interesting notes here. Nintendo Switch Online is confirmed and required for online play. Have you ever played Fire Emblem Online?
I'm trying to think. I think the only time I've ever done online for Fire Emblem is when I downloaded DLC.
I know that Fates had online play. I think I played it once.
I don't think I ever played.
Did Echoes even have it?
Don't believe so.
This is not something I
DLC.
Do. Yeah, I know DLC, but the Fates you could actually battle other people.
Right.
It wasn't like super fun.
I don't remember battling anybody from Awakening forward.
Yeah. I wonder if there's a big scene, and there probably is, as with everything. There's probably a scene for online multiplayer. But, I mean, I barely play online multiplayer. It is definitely not doing Fire Emblem.
It's such a single player.
Yeah.
It's just meant to be a story-driven game.
And that's why I play it. I play it for story, not for tactical battle expertise. They did say that you can use Amiibo, which is interesting.
I hope we get more.
Hope we get costumes and things like that, because they also, those download cards also confirm lots of DLC. So you get DLC, you get new quests, side stories. We'll probably have like a prologue or an epilogue that you can buy, and then clothing options. You can customize your characters.
We're going to get the hot spring pack.
So
summer pack.
Callow, we are back in business, my man. You and me, they're just going to charge us extra, $4.99. We're going to get the summer bikini pack and put all the girls and all that stuff. So we're good. We're online.
I mean, I bought them for Awakening. I thought they were fantastic.
So, looking forward to that. And that's cool. 12 gigabytes. It's a pretty big Fire Emblem game. That's a lot. It's interesting to see how much. I mean, I've been telling you for a while now.
How much of those are movie files, though?
Yeah. I would expect it to be a lot of cutscenes. Mm-hmm. I'm expecting. I mean,
good.
I've been saying it this entire time. They seem to be taking a heavy page out of Persona's book. I'm a little scared. I'm waiting for previews or reviews to come out, and they'll be like, "It's going to take you
Persona.
It's going to take you 109 hours to beat this game." I'm like, "Oh no."
It's fine.
It's fine for you. That means I'm never going to beat it.
Caro game.
Yeah, it means I'm never going to beat it. I'm going to beat the epilogue.
Staying up in your bed, playing until 2 a.m.
I'm a little scared. Looking ahead at July, as we're about to turn the month here, as I mentioned, DLC and everything's about to come out like we do every month. Terraria is coming out tomorrow in addition to Graveyard Keeper. Mario Maker 2 releases at the end of this week, this Friday. Be playing Mario Maker.
Got lifted today, I think.
Reviews are hot. Super hot. It's the highest reviewed Switch game of the year, I think. Mm-hmm. It's Metacritic is like a 9, like a solid 9. Aggregate of scores are like 91 on it. It's really, really, people love it.
Yeah.
Which is interesting, because I watched a few reviews today. More than a few. Like 10. And it's interesting that this game is getting such high marks, because it's like, a lot of the reviews, here's the impression I got in a lot of the reviews. here's 8 minutes of everything we don't like or wanted more from Mario Maker 2, and then at the end it's like 9 out of 10.
Right.
It's like, and it's interesting to hear it because all of the things that I've been saying before we knew about it, after we know about it to now, seem to be true. Game Explained said it. Trying to build stuff on your TV is a hot mess. They're like,
I'm sure.
It's not fun, it's not good, don't do it. They're like, get a stylus, do it on your, but even then they're like, on portable it feels cramped. Think about that. Like, it's smaller, you've got more options on every screen of the border. They're like, even then it's not great. Did you see that you can't download and edit other people's courses?
No.
Which a lot of people are pissed about. I think that's a good thing.
I mean, yes, but at the same, I don't know. That's sort of a creative, like, I understand why they're doing it. It's you don't want people to copy and change. It's sort of a copyright issue if you can do like Creative Commons type thing. I don't know. That's how I'm interpreting it, but at the same time, it's not that hard to do if you wanted to do it. I just think it's a creative issue. They don't want
It is a creative issue because what you'd have somebody make an amazing level that has no following. Somebody has a great following, takes it, changes the block, and re-uploads it, and now they get all the credit for the course. And nobody would ever really know because the Mario Maker, the sea of Mario Maker, is infinitely...
Absolutely.
Yeah, so like you'd never know.
Yeah.
So I thought it was a good thing, but a lot of creator types don't, because a lot of times they learn that way, and I understand that. Like, you download the level, see how they did it, and then you can do it yourself, but I don't think that is worth having the option, to upload somebody else's stuff. That's not cool.
Right.
And the other thing that a lot of people seem to be hot on, obviously, the no amiibo thing, but the online play. So you still can't match with friends, which we knew about, but they're going to fix that. Here's another part. There's no multiplayer, like, levels, like category or tag. There's like, so when you play online multiplayer with your friends or randoms, you're not playing levels that were designed for multiplayer.
Okay.
And you can't pick the level that you're playing. It just randomly throws you into a Mario Maker level.
I guess that...
Which sounds like it could be fun because it could be chaos, but at the same time...
You'd think they would add a filter for that.
I hope so, because I want to play multiplayer. There's a huge difference between a single-player level and a level that was designed for more than one person on it.
Yep.
And, I don't know what that's going to look like, because what if it's a level that you have to use an item to finish, and you only have one item, and 4 of you drop in there, and then you get the item, and you just go back and beat it, and we all die. Like, that's not fun. No. It sounds like a hot mess. I'm not going to lie to you. That sounds broken.
It does.
Sounds
I agree.
Broken. But that aside,
they've got to have a filter.
They've got to fix that. I expect Mario Maker will grow. It will grow. That's not a game they put out. Look how much they did to Mario Tennis.
Well, I know, but I mean, they've already promised we're gonna make it online with your friends. We promise. That's when I'll get the game.
I'm getting it Friday. I'm excited to play it because apparently the campaign, the story mode, really good. I'm hearing everybody likes that across the board. I'm hearing every review was like, story mode's super fun.
Great.
So it is one of those things where the reviews seem to be, if I may paraphrase, the reviews seem to be, I wish we had Amiibo, building levels is worse than it used to be, but there's so many options, the story mode's so good it doesn't matter. That seems to be the gist of the reviews.
Okay.
So people love it. Anyway.
Good stuff.
Red Faction Remastered comes out July 2nd. Stranger Things 3 comes out July 4th. Dragon Quest Builders 2 comes out July 12th. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 comes out July 19th. I'll be on vacation. I didn't realize that until today when I wrote this. I was like, I don't even know. I'm not even going to be able to get the game. I won't even be here.
You can download it. Are you going to download it?
No, I bought everything. Caroline, my GCU ended. I bought It's going to be at Best Buy. And then Fire Emblem, Three Houses, and Wolfenstein Youngblood come out July 26th. Those are kind of Donnie's highlights for the month. There's indie games in there. Okay. I saw Dream Daddy comes out next week and things like that.
A month from today, I'm going to be playing Fire Emblem.
It's getting close. Getting real close.
With my 3 new Amiibo.
Yep. Anything else on your July list?
Graveyard Keeper is coming out tomorrow, and that is going to tie me over until Fire Emblem, dude. I'm excited. It's going to be good.
Well, all right. So let's end the show like we do every week with some Shaq questions direct from you. This was a cute question. Hi, guys. First time writing in. My name's Carly, and I found PSVG via the live streams during E3.
Aww.
On the Nintendo show with Kev, Donnie mentioned every year Nintendo releases 1 to 2 B-tier type of games alongside their marquee games. So if that remains to be true, what B-tier games would you like to see from Nintendo in 2020?
Well, we're going to be due for another Kirby, because they probably pump them out every 2 to 3 years for the 3DS. There's like 5 or 6 Kirby games for the 3DS. It's insane. Kirby! B-tier.
Animal Crossing. You already know that one. It's a B-tier game.
That's not B-tier.
Totally B-tier game. 100% it is. 100% it is a B-tier game.
That's indie A.
What's a Nintendo A-tier game? It says Zelda or Mario on it, or Pokemon. That's A-tier. I'm not throwing shade at Animal Crossing. I'm just telling you, like, let's categorize them correctly.
Would you like to see? We know it's coming.
We know it's coming. That's why I said it. We know it's coming. So Animal Crossing.
How about another Splatoon installment? It's due at that point.
That's a lot of people are going with that one. That's a really good guess.
2015 was the first one. 2017 was the second one.
You'll have this 1.5 one.
We're not getting on this one. Yeah.
I'm very interested to hear from the community what they think Splatoon 3 will be, and I'm very interested to see where they go with it. It needs something. It needs something.
I want like platforming RPG put on it or something.
I want no map rotation and no stupid load time, but that's neither here nor there. I think it might be too early, but I think next year could be the Mario Golf year. I think they're done with Mario Tennis.
Mario Golf.
They've been putting a lot of effort into tennis, but I think we could get a Mario Golf. It could happen.
But you just said if it's a Mario game, it's tier A.
Well, that's a sports game, though. Come on.
I know.
And but then we also have like the Olympic game and stuff like that. So I think it could be a little early for that.
True.
Kirby's a good pick, and I have a couple more picks for our next question. So why don't we just jump into that? But thank you for writing. Carly is
Thank you for joining us. That makes me so happy.
Carly goes to our church with my kids.
Really?
Yeah. So she thought it was cool. My kids propped her up to what PSVG is. All right. So Shellshock Prime wrote us, and we're not going to answer this completely. He asked, what are 10 weird games you want to see on Nintendo Switch? 10. So I started
writing some down.
Oh, did you?
He said weird.
So I wanted to ask you before we started this, because I thought this was an interesting question. It's an interesting word to use. So Carolyn, when I say weird game, what do you think of? What does weird game mean to you?
No Chance in Hell, or what were they smoking when they made it?
Ooh, okay. So I took this way more literally. So when I hear weird game, I think #Kevin game. And I mean that with like all due respect. I'm thinking of like it's either weird in mechanic, so like Katamari Damacy, or it's like weird in like
material. Like Earthbound,
like Eternal Darkness.
The weird stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
I got you.
I was thinking, so you know what's I started thinking today, I didn't write them down, but I started thinking today, like, what are weird games that I liked? Or just weird games that I played, when you say I even liked them.
Yeah.
So like when I think weird games, I oddly keep thinking of like 3DS, and you think of like Miitomo, Tamagotchi Life.
Right.
Tamagotchi Life was super weird.
Super weird.
But it was also like really freaking cool for like a week and a half. Everybody kept taking screenshots of their people.
Oh, yeah.
My kids made all of our family and put us in weird situations, kept showing it to everybody. Like it was like little clip art simulator.
Yeah.
That's super weird. These aren't my answers. I have a couple answers, but I'm just thinking off the top of my head, like weird games. That's the type of stuff that I'm thinking of.
Oh, well, since mine were No Chance in Hell, and it could be, it would make people mad. Some of them. The only one that I had on there was Goose Game. Like we still haven't
Untitled
had the
Goose Game. That is a weird game.
It's
all
a
of
weird
that stuff.
game.
Goat Simulator, that bridge game. Those are weird games.
I want it. So
you know what else is a weird game?
What?
No More Heroes. It's a weird game.
It is weird. It's eclectic. I like to
action hack and slash with this weird art style, but then you have these mini games where you play with your cat or you make food. It's got a lightsaber. It's got like super blood and gore everywhere. Super weird game.
Mech.
Mech suit now. The floating pyramid. Weird game. It's super weird.
I didn't come up with 10, but if I were thinking of weird games, we've been getting all these stupid ports. The kind of ports I like are the late 90s, early 2000s PC games. Mm-hmm. Can you imagine if they ported like the original Sims or Roller Coaster Tycoon onto the Switch? I think that would be...
I don't know if I'd go as far as saying those are weird.
I'm not saying they're weird. I'm saying it's a weird choice.
That's true. It is. And that was another thing I was thinking about today because I was driving home and I was thinking about this question. A weird game is only weird until it's not weird anymore. Like once it becomes adopted, a weird game is no longer weird. It just becomes cool. Right? So like I think Beyond Good and Evil was a weird game.
It was super weird.
But it's not like weird anymore.
Super popular.
Not a lot of people like it. So it's not really like, it can't be weird. I don't know. Can it be weird and popular?
I think Katamari is in the same vein. Katamari got super popular.
But is it super popular or is it like No More Heroes? Like,
no.
I don't think it's super popular.
Heroes.
So when you say super popular, I'm thinking 5 million more people bought this game. I don't think 5 million people bought Katamari.
How many sequels has it had? I mean, like, they've got a ton of Katamari games. They made a best of type thing called We Love Katamari. So I think it has and stuff.
I will concede to your judgment.
It's super weird.
It is super weird. I wouldn't call Katamari Damacy popular.
Okay. The only other I said the ultimate troll would be putting the Zelda CDI trio.
So I never played those.
That's super weird. I never played them either, but they're like $200 to $300 each. And then you've got to pay like an ungodly amount just for the CDI itself to play them. So, not worth it. And then I've been watching Legend of Zahir do his Link Between Worlds speedrun today on Summer Games Done Quick. And every time he got a My, because it's a 100% run, he had to get all 100 My. Everybody in the chat everybody in the crowd just goes, hype! And I'm thinking, what would be like such a cute game just center around the My of Zelda? They've only been in that one game. But the Mother My and all the little baby squids, snails, whatever they are.
Those are super cute. Triforce Hero was a weird game?
It was weird.
Yeah. 3DS has a lot of weird games. If you think about it, it got really weird.
It's weird when a witch, it doesn't even take place in Hyrule, a witch curses the princess because she's jealous of her beauty to wear a just like onesie tights thing, and it's permanently on her. It's weird. Okay.
Some of the games that I would like to see on Switch that I think are weird, I think one of them is pretty easy. WarioWare. It's a weird game.
Wario games. I didn't even think about those.
And I love those games. They're super fun.
Those are weird games.
Mm-hmm. Now, I'm going to say this one. I don't mean an exact port or sequel. I'm just thinking in style. Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer was a weird game.
It's an offshoot. I wouldn't call it weird.
Also, Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival was a weird game.
Yeah.
And I don't think that they should give up hope on creating a Animal Crossing side spin-off game. Like, I still have hopes for that. They weren't...
No Amiibo Festival again, though.
Amiibo Festival was bad, but I kind of think they were onto something. I think you could have a Mario Party-esque Animal Crossing game with some mini games, and you can do something. I think the IP is a good fit for that. Yeah. So I think that would be a good one. The other one, which is very near and dear to my heart, one that I actually love and would hope that it gets a port at the very least, Rhythm Heaven Fever. Super weird. Love that game. And I would love for a Switch one. I bought the digital one. I tried to get everybody else I knew to buy it. Yeah. Nobody else bought it. And I love that one. So, yeah. Way into Rhythm Heaven Fever. The Mega Mix. Just port that. Just bring that straight over and HD it. And I'll buy it again. So, Metroid Prime Federation Force. Super weird game.
Stupid game.
See, and I was thinking this question I was actually thinking would have been great to ask last week with Kevin, because one of the things I was thinking about after that episode is that we didn't really talk about 3DS, because he went from 3DS to Wii U to Switch, and he keeps talking about his B tier and his weird, like he likes weird Nintendo and all that.
Yeah.
3DS was like it, man. They got super weird Street Pass games. Like there's a lot of weird Nintendo in 3DS. There's a lot of weirdness in there.
The the one that's built into the 3DS, the one where you're rescuing yourself.
Yep.
That's so weird.
There's a lot of that stuff in there.
Yeah.
The Pokemon, all the the match 3 stuff and the there's a lot of weird in 3DS. And
Chibi Robo Ziplash.
Yeah, that's one. The 2D Pikmin game.
Hey Pikmin.
They got weird on 3DS. So I like the question, Shellshock. Thank you for sending it in. And I have hope for Rhythm Heaven Fever.
It's a great question. I want some insight though what he actually meant, what weird was.
What weird was? So let us know. Come to the Discord. Tell us what you thought weird meant. Caroline, that'll do it for our show this week. Do you have anything else?
Nope.
Well, we will get out of here, but I will say follow us on Twitter at ShackLife. Make sure you listen to all the other things on the PSVG Podcast Network. And once again, final plug, patreon.com/PSVG. I'm telling you guys, you get DLC, you get Kevin Hates Everything, Caroline's got an Arcadia. All that's coming this week, plus our patron drawing. All of that's this week. So go subscribe. Get in for $1. Good stuff. That'll do it for our show. We appreciate it, and we will see you next week, Koopalings. We're out of here.